Boarding your first-class flight out of Oslo Gardermoen at the end of a highly successful 3-year Norway assignment, confidently assuming you can simply hand back your apartment keys, close your corporate laptop, and seamlessly resume your life in New York or London, only to discover a year later that the Norwegian government has frozen your remaining local capital and is aggressively demanding hundreds of thousands of kroner in unpaid taxes for a country you no longer even live in, will instantly turn your triumphant executive return into an absolute financial nightmare. Welcome to Norway Perspectives. I am Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group. Today we are exposing the devastating Norwegian or Norway Exit Trap and why importing your global assumptions about simply moving out of Norway can completely blindside you with catastrophic retroactive tax liabilities and frozen assets. For highly successful corporate directors managing a global career trajectory, finishing an international assignment is usually treated as a purely logistical exercise. When your contract in a major hub like Dubai or Singapore ends, the global HR department hires an international moving company to pack your villa. You terminate your lease, you cancel the local internet connection, and you get on a plane. You naturally assume that once your physical body crosses the Norwegian border and your work permit expires, your legal and financial relationship with the Norwegian state automatically dissolves. Norway operates under a drastically different, hyper-integrated and incredibly sticky digital bureaucracy. The massive legal shock triggers violently because, in the eyes of the Norwegian state, packing your bags and leaving the country means absolutely nothing if you do not formally, legally untangle your digital identity. The devastating reality hits foreign executives on two major fronts. First is tax residency, and the second is the bank ID blackout. The first catastrophic trap involves the national registry, or in Norwegian folkeregisteret, and the tax administration. Norwegian is Skatteetaten. In Norway, your tax liability is not determined by whether you physically occupy a house in Norway. It is determined by your registered status. If you fail to formally report your permanent relocation out of Norway within the strict legal timeframes, the system assumes you are still a resident. When the next calendar year rolls around, the tax administration, or Skatteetaten, will automatically generate a new tax return, in Norwegian skattemelding, for you. Because you have left the country, you will likely ignore it or never see the digital notification. When a Norwegian tax return goes unfiled, the government does not just forgive it, they issue a default assessment. Because Norway enforces a strict global wealth tax, they will aggressively estimate your global net worth and slap you with a massive, legally binding tax bill. Even worse, untangling a misclassified tax residency after you have left the country and the deadline deadlines have passed is an incredibly expensive, grueling legal battle. The nightmare rapidly escalates into severe financial paralysis due to the bank ID blackout. Many departing expats intentionally leave their Norwegian bank accounts open after they fly home. They do this to receive their final corporate bonus, process their final utility bills, and await the release of their massive locked housing deposit, Norwegian depositumskonto. However, they make a fatal logistical error. They cancel the Norwegian mobile phone plan because they no longer need it. The exact second you terminate that local phone number, your Norwegian bank ID, the digital key tied to your mobile device that allows you to access your funds, is instantly destroyed. Suddenly, you are sitting in London, staring at a frozen computer screen. You have 500,000 kroner sitting in a Norwegian retail bank, but you are completely locked out of the system. You cannot authorize international wire transfers, and you cannot sign the digital release form for your housing deposit. Because you are no longer a resident, the bank's strict anti-money laundering, or AML, and KYC compliance algorithms will eventually flag the dormant account and freeze it entirely. You cannot simply call Norwegian bank customer service to move the money. Without bank ID, you essentially do not exist. Navigating this hyper-rigid, unforgiving exit landscape requires understanding that leaving Norway requires exactly as much strategic, bureaucratic engineering as entering it. It requires an aggressive, meticulously or detailed timed unspooling of your digital life. This is exactly why comprehensive departure services are a critical necessity for global executives. A successful international assignment does not end when the moving trucks arrive. It ends when your formal deregistration is acknowledged by the National Registry. Your final tax liabilities are legally closed with Skatteetaten. Your locked housing deposits are successfully released and wired to your foreign accounts, and your digital footprints is securely dismantled before your bank ID is terminated. Do not let the excitement of your next global promotion trick you into abandoning your Norwegian or Norway compliance. A misunderstood exit protocol can trigger a bureaucratic ghost status that haunts your global wealth for years. Visit our website at nlsnorwayrelocation.no, nlsnorwayrelocation.no, to learn more about how to securely manage your corporate transition out of Norway, and I will see you in the next episode.